Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got episode number 21 of the Los Angeles Angels franchise mode here on MLB 21. This show, we are currently in September, and the Angels need a miracle basically to get into the playoffs, and it starts right now, and getting swept by the Twins doesn't help at all, and it's not looking great. 69-74. We're gonna win a game here against Detroit. Can we at least get a sweep here? We can. We gotta go on a big run. We lose the Astros, and we get swept by the Astros. It's not happening this year, folks. We tried to make the playoffs, but unfortunately, the curse strikes again. We can't get Mike Trout in the playoffs. I just don't get it. Here we are. I mean, yeah, 8 games out the wild card. We are officially eliminated from that. We've been eliminated for a long time for the division. It looks like it would be the Rays and the Astros as the 2 wild cards in the American League. So this is the final video of this season, the 2022 season. We are in Texas again to take on the Texas Rangers. They're 72-88 on the season. We're just playing this game basically just to get all these guys who are likely either to be still bench bats next season or AAA guys, and guys who might retire, mainly Albert Pujols. I mean, this is his last game as an Angel. He's like a 58 overall. Obviously, in real life, he just got released like 2 hours ago. Don't know what's going on there. He'll probably end up somewhere, maybe St. Louis, I don't know, but we're gonna give Pujols his final game here in Texas. Also, Kurt Suzuki might retire, so there's that. Matt Carpenter really didn't do anything for us. He's just a bench bat. He might retire as well, so those 3 guys are in the lineup. Also, Shohei Ohtani's playing the outfield. I mean, sure, why not? The only other starter in the field that's a normal starter, of course, on our team is Mike Trout, primarily because we're trying to get Trout that MVP season. He's got like 60-something home runs this year, trying to add on to that this game, so he's still in the lineup. And there's Shohei Ohtani playing right field here tonight, and he's going to pop out for the first out of the inning. And here is your Angels lineup for tonight. It's going to be Barreto, Ohtani, Trout, Pujols, Suzuki, Calhoun, Mendoza, Francisco Alvarez, a prospect catcher. He's probably going to be behind Keibert Ruiz for a while, so he's playing tonight. And then we got Matt Carpenter at second base. Why not? And there goes Mike Trout. 3-1 count, deep fly left field, cutter away, Trout pulls it, and that ball's out of here. Mike Trout is going to give the Angels a 2-0 lead, his 56th home run. Sorry, he didn't have 60, but he has 56 home runs in the season. Again, trying to add on to the MVP resume. The only other contender for the MVP is Yordan Alvarez, and he's got like the same stats as Trout, but Trout's batting like 300, and Yordan's batting 250, or Trout's batting 319. So I think Trout's going to get it, and there's Albert Pujols, got a line one right to short, and that will be the second out of the inning. Also, Kurt Suzuki, probably his last game, at least as an Angel. He strikes out in the changeup. I know his number's all weird because Corey Kluber's wearing 28, so there's that. And of course, Kluber is pitching his final start this season as a member of the Angels. I want to bring him back next season. And also, the purpose of this video, like last year, is just talk about the future of this team position by position. And folks, if you haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more Angels franchise here on the channel. But yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to start at catcher here while this game rolls on in the background. We'll talk about some key moments in this game, but primarily we're talking about the positions on this team, as David Dahl actually is going to line one into right field. Trout can't get there. Ohtani's going to have to throw this one in, but that'll be a 2-out double for Dahl. So we're going to start at catcher. Keibert Ruiz, obviously the starting catcher for this Angels squad, as Joey Gallo, okay, going to turn on one right center field, and just like that, the Rangers are going to get those 2 runs right back. Trout homers, now Gallo homers, 424 feet, his 37th of the year. So again, it's a tie game at 2, but catcher Keibert Ruiz is the guy. Obviously behind the dish tonight is Francisco Alvarez. He's a prospect from AAA. We brought him up for September. I think we'll probably have Alvarez on the 40 next year, obviously, and on the MLB roster, so look forward for that. But obviously Keibert Ruiz is going to be the guy at catcher for the foreseeable future for this Angels team. At first base, obviously Albert Pujols is starting right now, but again, he's done after tonight, so most likely it will be Jared Walsh again. But I am going to look at free agency this year, because Jared Walsh, he's okay, but he doesn't really bat that high of an average. He can hit the long ball, but he's just not spectacular. He's just an okay first baseman. I would like to move him to the bench. We'll just have to wait and see for that one, though. Also, we have Matt Carpenter, but yeah, Matt Carpenter's not coming back for another season with us. And look at that, Francisco Alvarez, just talked about him. Our catcher is going to line one into left field for a base knock. And here's the first, I believe, Matt Carpenter at bat of this series in the 3-2. Matt Carpenter, hey, lefty, lefty. He goes into right field, and Alvarez will take third base. So real quick, runners to the corners here with 2 outs for the top of the order. It will be the second baseman. Turn shortstop for tonight, Franklin Barreto, and he will hit that changeup into center field, but it will not get down. It will be caught. We're still tied at 2. And speaking of second baseman, obviously David Fletcher is the guy at second for now. I still like David Fletcher, even though this year was kind of an off year. We didn't really hit that well with him, but he's an amazing fielder, so that's all right. I think Fletcher can stay at second base for now. Shortstop, no brainer. How is that a ball? What are we doing over here? That's a strike. I don't know. But shortstop, obviously, Corey Seager. I think he's on a 2-year deal, so next year will be his, I guess, his contract year. I want to bring him back for the foreseeable future. Really like the power that he does bring. Maybe batting leadoff for us, sometimes batting second or third. I still like Corey Seager a lot on this squad. At third base, Anthony Rendon. I mean, he's on a big contract. We really can't get rid of him. And I like Anthony Rendon. Great hitter for us as well. DH, Shohei Ohtani. Just going to make that clear. Ohtani is going to be staying on this team, DHing and obviously pitching, but we'll get to the pitching in a little while. The outfield. Yeah, Mike Trout, obviously, he should win the MVP. He's batting .319 so far in the season. I think .320 now after that home run. Is Albert Pujols is going to get a base knock into center field. Maybe his last hit of his career, but Albert Pujols, a way to go out if that is his final hit, and Kurt Suzuki will strike out on the cutter down. So Mike Trout still obviously going to be a center fielder for us. He's going to be the guy batting 3-hole for our team for the foreseeable future. Hopefully we can get this man a ring. I mean, we'll just see what happens, but let's hope, right? So Trout in center, left field, Brandon Marsh. Not a great year for Marsh. It's his first full season playing up in the bigs, about like a 238 average, I believe. That's last time I checked. He's okay. Of course, he still needs time to develop. In right field, Jorge Soler. Now, Jorge Soler is still on a 1-year deal, so we will have to see if we want to bring him back in the offseason or not. Again, the Joe Adell factor does come into play because we've been waiting for Joe Adell for the longest damn time. So we'll just have to wait and see for that. But there we go. Willie Calhoun against his former team. Deep right field. Again, he plays left field as well. I want to keep Brandon Marsh, but Willie Calhoun's bench bat is going to be insane. 70 power, I do believe. He's went lefty-lefty in a deep right field. No doubt about it against his former ball team here in the Rangers as the Angels retake the lead by a score of 3-2. So again, the Joe Adell factor is always coming into play. Will he be playing next year for us? I don't know. It's just that his AAA stats are not very good. He batted like 220 this year in AAA. So I'm just concerned how he's going to do in the bigs. We'll probably bring him up even if he's not starting next season just because it's about time. I mean, Joe Adell's been waiting in the minor leagues for a very long time. He's one of our highest prospects, obviously. And I think Joe Adell's got to come up next season even if he's not starting for our team. But if we don't bring Jorge Soler back, we might move Calhoun to right or we can move Marsh to right and then keep Adell on the bench for maybe a season. We will wait on that. And then I forgot to mention, Drew Mendoza is still at third base. I know he's never going to play because Anthony Rendon is our starter there, so that's why I'm considering moving Mendoza to first as well. If we do decide to keep Jared Walsh, we can have Mendoza and Walsh at first. The problem is they're both lefties, so it's kind of weird you have two lefties at first base. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards getting rid of Jared Walsh. We'll reevaluate that one in the off season. So that's really the main team for our batting lineup. As Shohei's going to strike out on that changeup away. Let's now head to our pitching. Now, Corey Kluber, tremendous season for us this season. I believe an ERA of about 3. It was actually one of the lower ERAs in the entire AL this year, which was interesting. He was the ace for our team this season. He has kind of fallen off, though, when it comes to overall. I believe we signed him at like about an 88 overall. He's an 83 now, which sucks, but he's still serviceable, definitely. I mean, still one of the better pitchers in the majors and definitely in the AL, so I'm going to keep him around. But the ace of this team next season is probably going to be Shohei Ohtani. The only problem with Ohtani is that they don't let him bat in this game, which is weird because we're in the AL. They don't let me forego the DH, so when Ohtani is pitching, I have to have a DH, and obviously it can't be Ohtani. So that's the only thing I have with Shohei pitching, but he's a better overall pitcher right now than Corey Kluber, even if the ERA does not reflect it, but Ohtani's got a better pitch selection as well. Kluber's still alright. He will probably be the number 2 guy in the pitching rotation next year, but obviously I want Shohei at 1. Also, we got Dylan Bundy. I mean, Dylan Bundy's just okay. See potential. Sitting at about 77 overall. He's currently injured right now. I think he broke his finger or he broke his hand, something. I don't know. He's out for the rest of the year. Obviously, we're not playing the playoffs, so it really doesn't matter. That's apparently a strike now. Okay, Mr. Umpire, but yeah, I think Bundy will probably be back next season, but again, I just don't know. Also, we got Patrick Sandoval, who wasn't supposed to be a starter this season. He was just supposed to be a bullpen guy or potentially a starter in AAA, but he actually had a really nice season. I know he's only a 72 overall, but an ERA of about like 3.5. Really good season for Patrick Sandoval. I was really happy what we got out of him this season. And then our other starter is Griffin Canning. Canning was god-awful this year. We traded Luke Weaver earlier on in the year, but yeah, Canning was terrible. ERA of about 5. I know he's got an A potential, and we're just waiting for that guy to be good, but How long can we wait for Griffin Canning? I do not know. Next year is going to be make or break for the career of Griffin Canning, and that's the starting pitching. Oh, and also we got Johnny Cueto. But yeah, Cueto's not coming back out. There's 65 overall, I think it is now for Cueto. He just came up just because we needed someone to be a replacement this year. I think he's back up now because of the Bundy injury. But yeah, no, Cueto's not coming back next season. And then finally we got the bullpen. The bullpen was actually okay. I think our best relief pitcher was definitely Andrew Miller this season. Really nice year for him, about a 2 ERA out of the pen. Really good year for him. Jake Diekman started out really well. I just don't know why the CPU doesn't use Diekman at all. He had like 22 innings this entire year, and I think I was about 10 of those innings. So I don't know what's going on with that one, even though that him and Miller are both setup mans in the bullpen, but Miller gets all of the innings and Diekman barely gets any. So I don't know what's going on there. Obviously on screen right here, we got Mike Mayers. He really didn't do much this season for us. I mean, in the sim, he did 74 innings, but in game, we rarely ever saw Mike Mayers. So he'll be pitching right now. But also in the bullpen, we do have Rafael Iglesias. Was an all-star a couple years ago. This year, not that great of a season, but he was still our closer. And then I can't forget Jordan Hicks. We traded for him at the deadline. He's been okay, middle reliever. He will likely move into the closer role next year. Just wanted to get him adjusted with the team. But yeah, Jordan Hicks will definitely be with the Angels next season. That kind of does it. I forgot about Steve Cishek. Obviously, he gave up the inside the park home run in Cleveland earlier, and there it is right there. Albert Pujols, most likely his final at bat is a fly out into left field. It's a line out, and oh my, Kurt Suzuki, maybe in his last at bat, it's gonna go yard. Deep left center field for Kurt Suzuki. And the Angels are going to take a 2-run lead off of Suzuki's second home run of the season. 397 feet, wearing number 31 for Los Angeles. There we go, Kurt Suzuki. Let's go straight now to the bottom of the 8th inning. We're pitching for the Angels will be Andrew Miller. Again, a good season for him. 2.68 ERA, over 47 innings and 51 ball games. His first batter will be Trus Barrera on the 2-1. That ball's hit right to first. And Albert Pujols will make the play. Again, maybe his final play. Who knows? I don't think Pujols is coming back next season, and even if he does, I'm not re-signing him. I'm just not. He's what, 43 now, 58 overall. Same with Suzuki. Suzuki's like a 55. I'm just letting these guys play for the last time. I don't think we're going to extend them just because. And I hope Pujols goes to the Hall of Fame. He will. Maybe as an Angel. Most likely they'll be as a Cardinal, and that will do it right there. In the bottom of the 8th inning, we're now going to go straight to the bottom of the 9th inning. We're trying to get the save for the Angels will be Jake Diekman. Again, only 26 innings. I don't know why the CPU does not like to play Diekman at all in this sim, but hopefully he can get a save here tonight. First up will be Joey Gallo in the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the slider away. One gone now in the inning for Nate Lau on the 1-2 count. That's strike 3 on the fastball. Diekman 1 out away now, and it could be Nick Solak on the 1-2, but Solak's gonna hit that ball in center field, and it's gonna get down. The Rangers have the tying run now coming to the plate, and that hitter will be Jake Shiner on the 2-2. He's going to get that ball to third. Straight to Drew Mendoza. Mendoza to second. And he gets it to Matt Carpenter, and that's going to do it for the ball game. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are going to win this game by a score of 4-2. Again, no playoff implications for this ball game, but it's always nice to see the Angels pick up the victory. They now improved to a record of 77-84 before the final game of this regular season, but of course, we're not going to show that one because tomorrow's episode will be the off-season, getting right back at it. Hopefully, we can get this team finally to winning this AL West, or at least just making the playoffs, so we will have to wait and see for that one. And folks, thank y'all for watching episode number 21 of the Los Angeles Angels franchise mode here on MLB 21, the show. If you have not yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.